Hello, my name is Dr. Ritu Sri Sengupta and I work as an assistant professor of English in Pattushar Mahavidyalaya affiliated to Bankura University. The topic that I wish to present today is based on a beautiful novel that has been written by Jane Austen in 1813. My topic, as you can all guess, is Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice happens to be one of those rarest of texts that has been still so popular that the major bookstores or publication records or cinematic records, they have all jointly accepted its sheer brilliance as well as soaring popularity. Although Jane Austen belongs to the Regency era, her ideas that she had been talking about in her novel remains very valid today. Pride and Prejudice as a novel essentially talks about the condition of women. And how does it talk about their struggle? Not just their struggle, but also the collective struggle of gender that they very faithfully represent. In Regency era, women did not have an access to education or employment. Therefore, the only option that was open to them was marriage. Now the question is, was this marriage born out of love, or was this marriage a marriage of convenience? The novel shows us or brings before us the Bennet family, where Mr. Bennet and Mrs. Bennet are the head of the house, and they have 5 daughters, and almost all of them are of the marriageable age, and therefore the problem that has come upon is the agency through which they have to marry them off. The hero of the novel is Sir Fitzwilliam Darcy, and the female protagonist or heroine is the second daughter of the family, that is Elizabeth Bennet. The question is, although it apparently has a beautiful essence of love or amorous union, the question is that all? Behind the structure or construct of a romance, Jane Austen allows the readers to see the tragic situation in which women are trapped, or rather women were trapped in her times. Because there is one point that needs to be addressed here, is that at the point when Jane Austen was writing the novel, women did not have the right to inheritance or the property rights. That is, at the death of her father, the property would directly shift to a male heir, however remotely related they might be. Therefore, women did not have the power to control their own lives. We see the helplessness of parents. We see the helplessness of the individual women as represented by Jane Austen. Not only Jane Austen, in the context of Pride and Prejudice, I wish to mention a few other novels such as Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre was written by Charlotte Bronte, where we see that in spite of getting a very good education and a proper training, Jane suffers, as the only job that she manages to find is that of a governess. So what happens to the education? Is the education just for becoming a governess? Of course, the job of a governess is not at all bad. But can't a woman expect more? The question remains, and the question becomes pertinent in several other novels of this time. In another novel written by Jane Austen, Emma is a daughter of a very wealthy man, but still she wants to do something of her own, something to support herself, something to support her own decisions. but she fails to do so. And there is a dialogue between Emma and her sister, where Emma says that she wants to become something in her life, she wants to take up a service, to which her sister says, do you even know how the outside world is for women? There is no avenue for women career makers. And also, if you want to work in a school, only the primary schools are available for you. Also, there is no facility for sanitization. So these are the practical issues that she talks about. And in the context of today, the situation is not very different, because women, although have come a long way, they are educated today, they get a lot of social opportunities, but a large number of women are still victims of patriarchy, and society does not allow them ample opportunity to stand on their own feet. Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice is indeed one of those texts, if read properly, if read in a holistic manner, with a contemporary light, one can definitely understand why it is important to understand your own gender and the inequalities that befall on it. Thank you.